Hey, welcome back to my channel. I got my list, okay? This is part 2 to my last video of no boundaries, no respect, okay? And this is a video on how to set boundaries, and I have my list right here. Here's my list. It looks like my son wrote it. What they say? Lions, macaws, wildebeests. What is that? Bions? Child, what is this, baby? Ladybugs. Child, don't judge him. He a baby. He a kid. He writing, child. We don't accept the writing. But this is my list. How to set boundaries. Lions, jellyfish, macaws, wildebeests, bions, and ladybugs. That's how you set boundaries. And that's the video. Like the channel, subscribe, like the video. We love to add you to the 2 Cents crew. Bye. No, I'm just playing. I'm Christian. Thank you so much for joining me again. This is my part of the YouTube verse, and you're tuned in for my 2 cents, where I love to discuss an array of topics and give my perspective on things that range from religion to family, love, relationships, lifestyle, social topics, and so much more. Okay, that's just what we do over here. 3 points that I like to share or hit on before I start talking. Number 1, you're not alone. Number 2, you're not crazy. Number 3, God, your creator, still loves you. And I do too. So let's get into it. The last video was a good one. I had heck of examples, child. I wasn't even expecting to give y'all all of that, but I did, and I enjoyed it, and I hope you did too. Go watch the video and like it as well. I would appreciate that. This video should be a little bit shorter because I just have a few points on how to set boundaries. This is something that a lot of people don't know how to do because we as children are not taught to have boundaries. We're actually taught to have no boundaries and to give unlimited access to the adults in our lives. I do not like that. I do not subscribe to that, nor does my husband. We allow our children to have boundaries. If they don't want to be bothered, if they want to be in their personal space, whatever, as it relates to each other, we allow that to be so. If our children don't want to go somewhere or do something, depending on what it is or where we're going or how we're interacting and engaging with others, we won't force that, right? But our children are very social on a normal basis. But when it comes to other adults, we don't force engagement, right? When it comes to school or education, we homeschool now, but our son did go to public traditional school in the past, and boundaries. We helped him to set them with other peers who may have been touching him or doing things they shouldn't have been doing, making sure that you set the foundation for boundaries early. It may be on a different level with children. You may be telling them about people touching them, about people talking to them in certain ways. Boundaries. Be aware of your emotions, acknowledge that, and make sure people respect that. And then as you grow and develop as an individual, your boundary setting will change. It's kind of like a setting on a, FM, AM dial. You have to change it when you get further away, from certain towers or certain reception areas. You have to change it. Right? Or your taste in music may change. So you change the dial on what you want to hear. Country, pop, hip hop, R&B, you know what I'm saying? Look classic, look jazz. Your taste is different. You're evolving, your palate, whatever. You have to set some different boundaries. You have to turn to a different dial, as is with life progression. And so the foundation of how you are able to set boundaries sets you up for how you set them in the future as you grow at work, at church, in love, in life, relationships, all of that, in business. But if you don't have a firm foundation, you'll find yourself struggling to set and to adhere to other people's boundaries because you don't have any, or you don't have the tools to set them. And I want to help you. So how to set boundaries? Name your limits. I don't care what Israel Houghton said. No limits, lies. No boundaries, lies. Okay? Get away from me. Stretch forth, back. Okay? Release me. Enlarge the social distancing. Y'all gotta understand, this is real life. There are people that are really out here suffering and struggling on how to tell people, no, I don't want to. That's not who I am. I don't like that. I don't like when you do that. Name your limits. Name your limits. And this is as easy it's as easy. And you don't have to go into relationships or conversations with people and be like, and I don't like this and I don't like that and you better not do this. That's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is there's a way to share your limits with people in just common conversation, everyday talk. Like if y'all are talking about other topics or other people or not other people, other situations, and you're like, yeah, I can't stand when people wake me up before 7. Like, I don't like when people text, you know, like, what do y'all think about people who text just out of the blue and they don't give like any kind of salutation? Like they don't say anything before they start talking. They don't say, hey, or good morning or anything like that, or how you doing? They just start texting and saying, can you send me this? Can you do this? Give me this picture. You know, where you at? Like, hello, much? You know, shout out to Adele. Hello, what are you doing? Say something. Limits. Name your limits. Name what you do or don't like. Especially if you're in a relationship with people, that should be no problem for you to subtly or directly say those things to people. Because if you don't verbalize them, it is easier for people to negate, ignore, you know, like not acknowledge that you might even want certain things to be said or done or not say or do towards you. So make sure you name your limits. There's nothing wrong with that. If anyone doesn't like you listing your boundaries, they want to disrespect you. Okay. They don't want you to have any. The next point, how to set boundaries. Say no often. Say it. Say it right now. Say no. Say no again. Now say, I said no. Very good. Very good. Look at that. That made you feel good. Think about it. How often are you saying yes to people who don't often say yes to you? Or people who don't think twice about saying, let me get back to you on that. It's okay to not always say yes immediately. It's okay. I like to ask follow-up questions. I like to get clarification depending on who's asking me something or for something to do something or whatever. And it's like, what time is it? What time will it be? Like, where is it located? Because that's going to determine if I'm going to say yes. Everything doesn't have to be an automatic yes, because what starts happening is people will start assuming that you're never going to be able to say no. They don't want you to say no because they don't expect you to say no. Are you that person that's always going to come? Oh, I'm always going to show up. I'm always there. The power of no is real. It's legit. Like, the power of no actually gives you leverage. Because people, and this is psychology, and some people are like, but you're playing games. No. No, I'm not playing games. What I'm doing is allowing you to build boundaries for people who take advantage of your yes. They need to feel the power of your no, especially if it inconveniences you. I am not about to go from one event to another just so your feelings don't get hurt. She's tired. She don't want to drive. She don't want to go. I'm not interested in what you're doing. No. Now, I may not tell you all of those points, but I've taken all of them into consideration for me. For me to be sitting there disinterested, right? Uninterested, whatever you want to call it. Uninterested, tired, hungry, right? Unengaged, disengaged, unengaged. I'll have to see which one is the right usage for this context. Either way, but I need you to understand, this is real. So don't be offended. Just understand that the power of no is real and it should be respected. It's not personal. It's just a no. It's just a not today. Not right now. Maybe next time. Don't be offended. Just accept it, because no is a boundary. No is a complete sentence. And you don't have to explain yourself afterwards. You don't have to explain yourself to try to make other people feel good about your no. Accept it and move on, because we're adults. Okay? All right. And that's something they don't teach in church for sure. You ain't supposed to be telling nobody no. No, you can't volunteer. No, you can't come early. No, you can't pick this up. No, you can't be here. Why? Why? Do you understand that me coming to church is voluntary? Baby, the usher board and the nurses board is double, triple voluntary. I don't have to be here. So no, I don't have to sign up for anything else if I don't want to. You may need volunteers, but if I don't want to, I'm not going to. The end. All right. Say no often. The next way to set boundaries is let people know when you've been offended or hurt by them. This is such a big point because, again, we were not taught this. You did not have a voice as a child. If you were born between a certain time, you know, you didn't get to tell people they hurt your feelings. Nobody gave it. Okay? Nobody. Shout out to Key Sweat. Nobody cared if your feelings were hurt. And I do it again. Keep crying. I'm going to give you something to cry about. When you're told and you hear things like that, when you're hurting or you're bothered or you're upset or whatever, that really does start playing with your mental that nobody cares. And nothing you say matters. And how you feel right now in this moment, push it down, suppress it. Because I don't want to hear that. I'm the one that hurt you, but I don't want to hear that you're hurt. That's how it feels when I hear people say dumb stuff like church hurt is everywhere. Church hurt happens all the time. We've all experienced it. But you see what you're doing? You're downplaying it and suppressing how it truly makes you feel as an individual and a human to say things like, but we don't go for man, we go for Jesus. But if you were at home and somebody was treating you bad, if you were at work and somebody was treating you like trash, if you were at a grocery store and somebody was doing you like that, you would nuck because you buck. But at church, brush it under the rug. As a child, suppress it and brush it under the rug. Because you can't say it out loud that your parent has hurt your feelings, that you're disappointed, that you're upset and bothered by what they said to you, because nobody cared. Boundaries. As an adult, use your voice because it is your choice to say, that really offended me when you said such and such. That bothered me how you said that. I had it happen to me the other day and I ain't say nothing. Because I set my boundary in my mind. This person will never come in contact with me again on a personal level. I might see them locally, but I will never entertain them personally again. Now, she shouldn't have did it. She should not have done it, but I'm finna share with you. So I was at an event and this person started talking about their size, their weight, and how they had gotten off of their regimen that week. They hadn't been eating their fruit and walking like they were supposed to. And how they had to unbutton their pants in order to eat some of the fruit and the pizza at the event. I'm sitting there minding my business, hearing this person say this to me and another friend girl of theirs. I'm not a friend girl, so this is like an invitation only event. You know, I'm just there because I'm a parent. I ain't really cool with you like that. But we will not be getting cool like that because of this behavior, because you don't respect boundaries, okay? I'm not mentioning weight and size. You are, which is a conversation I do not breach. I do not like talking about at all. Don't talk to me about weight, period. I have nothing to add to that conversation. Nothing. So you mentioned your weight and you not staying, on the course. But then I said, just trying to be relatable because you mentioned it. I didn't. I said, oh, trust me, I understand because I be unbuttoning my pants too when I go out to eat. My shirt be long enough, I untuck it, put it over it, and I have to unbutton my pants to eat too, child. We all do it. Girl, I don't want to hear none of that from you. You ain't got no room to talk as little as you are. Oh, I want to hear that from you. Okay, we're done. We're done. You don't ever have to hear. You ain't got to worry about me. You won't have to worry about me. Okay, that'll do it. That did it. She doesn't know it did it, but it did it. Now, if I was in relationship with her, I would have told her, don't do that. Now, I don't like when people do me like that because everybody has their thing in life, where it be with their body, you know what I'm saying? If it be, with their, their finances, I don't know, their relationship. Everybody has that pressure point where there's something that they might feel insecure about or, whatever. I'm not insecure about my size, but I'm trying to be relatable since you're mentioning you have to unbutton your pants. I just wanted to say, because the girl over there got to say something. I just didn't want to act like I was ignoring you because I really didn't want to say anything about it. I was so uncomfortable because I'm like, what do you say? Because you don't want to make it seem like, yeah, you are big. I didn't want to do that. I didn't want to give more, you know. I didn't want to put more on it. So I just wanted to say something that would kind of be like, oh, let me take it off of you and put it on me. We didn't have relationships, so I didn't tell her that her comment offended me. But she will know by the lack of my presence. No access. Boundaries. So let people know when they've offended you. Stop giving people a pass if you're in a relationship with them, and let them know that their words or their actions have affected you, be it negatively or, you know, unjustly, whatever. Like, girl, I don't like it when you do that. I don't like it when you say stuff like that to me. Let them know. And they can do one or two things. They can stop doing it. They can continue to do it, but without you present. Choose. Voice and a choice. Put it together, okay? It's like peanut butter and jelly. You can have a peanut butter sandwich without the jelly, but it's hard to have a jelly sandwich without the peanut butter. It's giving, what are you doing? So that would be me. You would be eating jelly without my butter because I'm not showing up. Since you don't know how to control yourself and set boundaries for your own life and mouth, then I'm not going to be able to be in your presence because you're reckless. How about that? You're reckless and projecting. We don't do projections, honey. We're not in elementary school. You will not project onto me. So let people know when they've hurt you. And the last way to set a boundary is to take time for yourself. Let people know that you are serious about the life, the love, and the relationship that you have for self. With self. I love me. I take care of me. I stand up for me. I show up for me. And I am the best me. And on the days that I cannot be, I will not bother you. On the days that I need a little more me, I'm not going to do anything to hurt you. Right? So take time for self. Whatever that looks like, not showing up for other people, that's fine. I cannot give you something that I am not feeling for self right now. I don't even know how to show up for me. That's okay to internalize that truth. You don't have to say that to other people for sympathy or for understanding. Just know, dang, it's hard for me today. I'm just going to take this time for myself to get over this little rut, whatever I'm feeling. It's a little phase that I'm going through right now, and I don't want to be around people, and I'm just not going to be. Boundaries. It's okay to set them, even for yourself. Even setting boundaries with yourself, like I'm not going to talk to myself like this. I'm not going to think these thoughts about myself. I'm a good person. I'm a kind person. Do I need to go through my photos and my videos to see how good of a person I am, of who else in my phone with me, where I've been supporting people? Scroll through your pictures sometimes and see how you show up for others, baby. And remind yourself. Be kind to yourself. Take time for yourself. Yourself will thank you for it. All right? Okay. Hopefully you've enjoyed this video. I indeed have. And it's a conversation that we need to have more. But if you are a parent or you're around children and you have influence over children, teach boundaries. Practice boundaries. Respect children's boundaries. For the children they are today will be the adult that you might be engaging with in the future. Or someone else might be engaging with them in the future. And they need the power of boundaries. Okay? All right. I would love for you guys to like the video, subscribe to the channel. We love to add you to our 2 Cents crew. If you're new here, welcome. Go ahead and join the family. And if you're not new and you're a returning viewer and a visitor or a guest, go ahead and make an official join. Come up to the front. The doors of the center is now open. Okay, since we 2 Cents Center. See it? The doors of the center is now open. Come on up and subscribe to the channel. Down there. Click it. All right. There you go. We're grateful. Until next time, I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.